live and direct from anywhere in the world. It's The Kelley Show with Dr. Kelley Mondesiré.
Hello, Happy New Year, Happy 2025, and welcome back to The Kelley Show, real people with real stories in real time. And I'm still Dr. Kelley Mondesiré, your hostess with the mostest. And I want to say Happy New Year to everyone out there in the world. And this year, we're going to do something a little bit different here on The Kelley Show. We're going to do monthly themes. And every month, we're going to focus on a different theme, whether it be travel, adventure, medical, philanthropy, whatever it is, it's going to be. Some month is going to be giving back. And every Christmas holiday season, we receive gifts. Yes, we give gifts, but mostly it's a season of receiving for many people. Well, this month, we're going to be speaking with people who give back on a regular basis. Today, a very special guest and first guest of the new year. Congratulations, you win a prize. Ask Gareth, he's giving out the prizes. So my special guest this year is Ms. Ali Monjack, who is a wonderful individual, an amazing background, very diversified background, but also the co-founder of the Impactful Founders Club. And Ali is joining us today to share with us her story and how she makes social impact so important. Welcome to the studio, Ali. Welcome and thank you.
Thank you so much for having me here, and a happy new year. This is so exciting to be here and actually, share my story with you as well. So exciting times. We've just relaunched the Impactful Founders Club, and, with Nyasha Kuditso and Dr. Jack Taylor. So it's really an exciting thing here over in the UK. So, obviously coming from a media background, a bit like yourself in a way, it's just always getting the change makers and help them scale. And that's what we're doing at the Impactful Founders Club, really putting people on a platform so that they can connect.
And if you would tell me, where are you from, what your background is, and where you are today?
Where am I from? Well, I'm a Londoner, Kelley. I don't know if you know that, but I am. Yeah, I was born and bred in London. Went media and TV when I left school, and did some TV and for Good Morning Television with On the Lorraine. So that was years and years ago now. I think that's where I kind of got the media bug, as well as doing PR exams. Yeah, so I've just had a really quite good career, with working in TV, an editor of a local TV station in the southeast of the UK. Really highlight people's, issues or social impact issues, and actually have the power to help people by putting them on TV. Which was just really kind of rewarding and also great because, I'd get lots of stories, especially from charities, saying, thank you, you've raised another £5,000 for our cause. I remember once there was a cause to do with, period poverty, which is really dreadful, isn't it, to think that kind of issue still exists. And that girls can't have access to clean sanitation is not a great thing. So to be able to help with that, and I always remember interviewing this lovely lady called Lulu, who was part of the campaign, and being able to sort of push was just great, really. But covered many issues in the media to do with, FGM, a lot of women's stuff. But I mean, the Impactful Founders Club is not about just women. It's obviously about men as well and change makers. Had a really sort of good time of, meeting people. I always think that it's extraordinary. This is why, I love what you do as well, because it's extraordinary, isn't it? Meeting people from all different walks of lives and what it is that they do, right?
Right, right. Well, how did you meet your founder, and how did you arrive at let's do the Impactful Founders Club? Let's hear some of the backstory, because many people don't know the steps or where the ideas come from to create such formidable and such powerful groups that make such huge social impact out there in the world.
Right. Well, it has actually come from Nyasha, could it so? Herself, it started off as that seed. We actually got together to do a podcast when I left television. That's how we met, because, obviously my background in media, but she has actually transformed the lives of over 12,000 children in the UK and Africa.
Wow.
She started the UK's first fostering agency.
Hold on just a sec. Let me just interrupt for a minute. Gareth, let's put up the photos we have of the work that Ali and Nyasha are doing. We have a photo here of you giving a lecture. Can you tell us a little bit about this photo, and then we're going to go to Nyasha's photos, please?
Well, this was the Festival of Female Enterprise, the Impactful Billionaires Club, as it was first known as, derived from. It was a group for International Women's Day. It was a group of like-minded women connect and, communicate, because the more that you connect and communicate, and that's definitely the ethos of the club, is to, you can share each other's projects and, help each other. So that is really the basic theme of the day, to be honest. Obviously we had lots of different lectures on different elements of, change making and being the best that you can possibly be as a woman as well. So yeah, that's what that day was about.
Oh, great. And Gareth, let's go to the slide of Nyasha. We have two slides. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on here and how Impactful Founders Group has changed the lives of these children? What's going on here, and where is it?
Well, this is actually Varna Trust, which is a charity that Nyasha started ages ago. But, the Impactful Founders Club have connected other people. So there's now a partnership through the club to do with building schools in Zimbabwe. So we're now looking at building 40 schools across Zimbabwe. So that's 5 schools in all 8 provinces. So
wow.
This is, very much part of Nyasha's work in the beginning. But this is how, the whole club has evolved to, as I said, to create partnerships for projects.
And who are these women here with Nyasha? Nyasha's in the center with the white blouse and skirt. Can you tell us who some of these ladies might be and where this was taken, what the significance of this is?
The significance of this, it was a conference to do with Melanin Rich, I believe, which is another social enterprise that Nyasha founded. That was a conference day to do with that. And again, everybody that is part of that social enterprise is also members of the Impactful Founders Club, because together, Kelley, we are stronger, right?
Yeah, that's what I always say. Yes, absolutely. In every instance of every case, no matter what it is in life. Yes, together stronger and more powerful. Can you tell me how do you attract members to the Impactful Founders Club? How do you attract other philanthropists into the foundation? What's the day-to-day? And that's what people, our viewers, most of them don't know anything about. So can you educate us? Can you educate me how all this works?
Right. Well, how all this works is we now operate on a tier system. So we've got a 3-tier system. Are you a new change maker, for example, or are you, an experienced change maker, or are you an impact change maker? So that means that you've already started to, do have a social enterprise or, be a change maker to transform other people's lives, but you might need the help to expand that. So the whole tier system is set up not only to learn how to, scale your enterprise or your project and collaborate, which is a very key word from 2024 now brought into 2025, and also find investment, because that really is the key as well. And a lot of change makers, don't know about how to find an investor, for example, or what it is that they need to pitch to an investor. So that's part of what we teach them as well. So it's a whole education tier system in order to get them onto the next level. And also, how we find members, the social impact network has just grown and grown. And, we tend to succeed in those circles, because I also do PR comms for change makers as well. So we're always, finding new narratives that they need to hear as well. So yeah, I think we just attract it, really. I think now we just completely attract change makers that want to scale. And between us, we've got probably years and years of experience, especially with Nyasha's 40 years of being a social entrepreneur, and also Jackie's experience of being an angel investor, and also working in the impact space with climate change.
That's wonderful. Now, educate us a little more. How do you raise funds for these founders and their projects?
How we raise funds is we have got a team of, we've got a network of investors. So what we try to do is sort of like match projects with an investor and their particular area of impact. And, the impact space, as far as investment is concerned, is really growing these days. Because, I think it's something like Jackie Wesley with the United Nations, that, we've got less than 2 years to reverse the effects on the planet. I know that's a bit of a wake-up call in 2025, but there is a serious shift educationally to get investors over to the impact space as well. And that's something else that we do at the Impactful Founders Club, is we actually educate investors within the impact space, because they need to know more. And as I said, we've got quite a pedigree between Nyasha and Guy, because they've been consistently investing in the impact space.
So this is taking up all your time now, or is this a project of passion? Because you sound like this is a 24/7 responsibility.
It is a 24/7 responsibility, but last year, the beginning of last year, I've always worked with Nyasha to do with change making and PR comms. But at the beginning of last year, I made an absolute change to say that I would only ever work with change makers, people that are making the difference. So it kind of fits around what I'm doing with my PR comms side of things as well. But it's a full-time job, because you're constantly gathering news from your members to find out. And so it's so important, news, this is where I come, this is my strength, is it's so important, for people to know what is going on, because, 9 times out of 10, you can collaborate and make a project much stronger.
That's great. So going forward, we're in a new year, and it seems like you're full steam ahead, but what do you see happening for Impactful Founders Club in the next 10 years? And I know that's a very vague question, but do you have a vision in mind of the organization and some of the projects? Can you fill us in as to some of the projections or the goals that you see happening?
Well, we intend to be in 100 countries.
Wow.
Yeah, we intend to be in 100 countries and build communities, an impactful Founders Club community in every one of those countries. I mean, obviously, we are just more past the egg stage now, but it's, that's what we're looking forward to do, to work on many projects that really are crying out for attention as well. As I said, we know, because we have the knowledge, that we really need to save our planet in every which way we can with green technology or, green energy, for example. And obviously, we're all on the same board as far as stopping world poverty.
Yes. An old woman once told me when I was a teenager that she was a single mother of 13 children, raised them all, brought them to the United States, and they all became professionals. And she said to me one day, the world would be such a wonderful place if everyone had something to eat every day and a safe place to sleep every night. And then everything else will take care of itself. And I always remember, we always called her grandma. I remember what grandma always said, and I always keep that close to my heart, because isn't that the truth? Those two factors alone, to eat and sleep, and then, of course, to feel safe, to be safe, is so important.
It's a basic human right. It is a basic human right. And this is the thing that, I'm very passionate about as well. I spent a lot of time in my TV days putting homeless people on the TV just to get through to the local authorities. But I mean, I think it's gone past all of that now in terms of, the charity model just doesn't work anymore. And that's the reason why we've brought the Impactful Founders Club to the forefront of social enterprises, in order to make a sustainable social impact. And the words of this is not just coming out of me, it would come out of Nyasha as well, who is an absolutely great lady in what she's done too.
Yeah, I'm sorry her schedule didn't allow to be on the show today. She'll have to come back. You told me she's in Switzerland right now. Is she in Geneva?
Yes, she is. She is in Geneva. So, so I'm so sorry she couldn't be here today. She would love to have been here. But
that's okay. Next time I'm in Geneva, I'll look her up for sure. We'll make a field trip. Pop over from London. It's only 2 hours, 3 hours. What do you do in your spare time?
What do I do in my spare time? Oh my goodness. I love to go out for walks. I love to catch up with friends. I really do. What else do I do? I love to go and swim. Definitely one of my favorite places in the world is Soho Farmhouse, because you get to swim outside with the ducks even. So I just love that. I love being in nature. I think we should also, that's one of my favorite things to do. And always social. I think family and friends are the most important thing in your world, right? And that you should always make time for them.
Well, we were put together by Ian Franklin, who has also been on the show to talk about philanthropy and what he's doing, and so highly of you and Nyasha. And it's because of Ian that I said, oh, let me reach out to you. And we had such a lovely chat about everything else in life. And I'm sure to come in and look you up the next time I'm in London. And we can go to Soho House. Yeah, I'll pet the ducks and you can swim with them.
Okay, you're not joining me in the water then.
I'm a swimmer. I'm not fond of lake swimming, but I am fond of speaking with the ducks in their own language. So as you can see.
Well, do you know what? Actually, this is not lake swimming, although I do love some wild swimming. There's a place up the road from in Berkshire that you can go, into the natural lake, which is just amazing. But this is actually a pool that extends outside, but the lady runs the other side of it. But the ducks just go in the pool
All
with
right.
you.
Well then, oh wow, that's cool
Then
beans.
you're
Then
there,
count me
right?
in. I'm in. I'm in. I'm go quack,
Okay,
quack, quack,
brilliant.
quack, 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 quack. I had a dog who was a golden retriever, and to tease her, I would always do duck sounds like that, and she'd be running all over the place. I'd say, "Where is the duck?" A bit of madness on the Kelley Show. So,
Oh,
Ali, if you could name, and this is our tradition of 2024, and we're carrying over the tradition because we're astounded and amazed at the responses we receive from my guests. If you could name one person, place, thing, or experience that you're thankful or grateful for, who or what would it be? Do tell.
Nyasha could it say.
Okay, Gareth, let's go to full screen on Ali on this so we can have an audience listen and watch Ali talk about this.
I met Nyasha, probably about 4 years ago now, when I stepped out, 3-4 years ago when I stepped out of TV. And she's one of the most unassuming people I've ever met. I mean, you'd never know that she has done the most amazing things which she has done to save children. And getting to know her and understanding, what her quest in life is, it really has just touched my heart. How can it not? And I have to say this, and I'm probably going to get a bit tearful in a way, but she has changed my life significantly. She really has changed my life. Just to believe in your goals and your dreams, and what it is that your purpose is in life, and what you want to do. And I just think I'm incredibly grateful to have her in my life. I really am. She's a great person and a really good friend as well. She really is. So yeah.
Well, that's great. Thank you. Well, if anyone out there would like to learn more about the Impactful Founders Club, we have Ali and Nyasha's information up here on the slide. Please reach out to them. They are very reachable, approachable, and you can about social impact, what that means. And if you are a social impact founder and want to make a difference, no matter where in the world you are, please reach out to them. They're there to help. They're there to support you. And they are both there to make this world a much better place. So, Ali, I want to thank you so much for being on the Kelley Show. And I hope you'll come back later on in 2025 with Nyasha. Or maybe we'll do a remote from Geneva. Ooh, okay. Now there's a thought.
There is a thought. Well, thank you so much for having me on. It's a shame that Nyasha couldn't be here today, but as you said, I'm sure, it will work out at some point. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and we wanted to give credit where credit was due, and that's why we keep mentioning her, because she is the co-founder. She is the life of the party, as well as you are, and we want to thank you so much for being on the Kelley Show. So I'll see you soon. I'll talk with you sooner than later, and have a happy, safe, and wonderful New Year, my friend. And don't forget, Gareth, the man behind the curtain, has a prize for you. So go see Gareth. Gareth, did you think of getting her a prize?
Is it a duck?
I don't know. Maybe he does good duck impressions. I don't know. But Ali, thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. And folks, if you would like to be on the Kelley Show, we would like to hear your story and the reason why. So email us here at Kelley@thekellyshow.com. Give us your name, your contact information, where in the world you are, but more importantly, why you would like to be on the Kelley Show. And don't forget, we need you to subscribe here on The Kelley Show, because some of the people you're going to see in the stories you're going to hear, you're only going to hear and see them right here on this YouTube channel. So there is the information right down there. And we are seeking sponsorship. So if you would like to sponsor all or a part of The Kelley Show, do contact us and we will discuss it. So stay tuned for next week's show. And it's a secret who the guest is. But however, the theme of January is giving back, making changes, social impact changes. Let's kick off the new year. Let's kick off 2025 with positivity, love, kindness, and grace. So for now, I'm going to say ciao. See you soon. See you next week. And Garrett, take it away.
If you would like to be a guest on The Kelley Show, send us an email with your contact information, where in the world you are, and a brief description of the story you'd like to share today.